The quickest way to my season of marriage was surrendering in my single season. I remember just telling the Lord, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to keep dating. I don't want to keep failing at dating. I don't want to keep putting myself in a situation where I'm sinning, fornicating, compromising, or forcing every relationship to like potentially be married because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do, and as well as I don't want to be in sin. And as I was giving this over to the Lord, I was exiting a relationship and I was like, I just don't want it. I have to do God's will. I just don't want to keep devaluing myself and putting myself on clearance. And as I was doing that, I got a call from my mother. And my mother told me, this is not the season for you to be married. This is not the season for you to be in a relationship. And the Lord wanted me to call you and tell you that. Mind you, she was on her way leaving the eyebrow appointment and she just called me out the blue. And I was just like, Lord, I thank you. Anybody got a mama that would call them out the blue with a word? And because I had just laid that down at the Lord's feet, I received that wholeheartedly. And then from that point on, I surrendered to my single season in a way that I had never had in my adult years. That was earlier in the year of 2017. I got reconnected with my husband currently. My husband I've been in a relationship with for 9 years. That same year in the month of September. And I invited him to a young adult night that my mom and them were over, and we went bowling, and we were just friends, just hanging out, because I was still like, no, I'm in my single season. So whatever this is, we can just be friends, whatever is happening, whatever is not happening. I just was okay after I surrendered. After we left the event, when we were at the event, rather, my mom walked up to me and she said, something about Felix, which is my husband's name. She was like, it's something about him. And I was just like, okay. And she didn't say much. She just said it's something about him. And she just, kept dropping those little nuggets. And I'm going to shorten this up. But after that, it was some things that was happening I wasn't really feeling. So I remember I just stopped answering, picking up his calls. I was like, I don't really know about this. And again, this is not my season to be single, to be married. I'm in my single season and I'm not vibing on something. And once again, my mom, she picked me up from work because I was having car issues. And she was like, he reached out to Felix. I was like, no, he called me. I haven't called him back, blah, blah, blah. She said, go ahead and call him back. You need to go ahead and call him back. And that was important to me because she's never really influenced me to call anybody back, be in a relationship with anybody. Mind you, she just gave me the word several months ahead of time that I was in my single season. So I called him back. He asked me to be official a few months later. And then March the next year, we were married, and we have been married ever since. We're going on a decade of marriage. What am I saying? Surrendering is strategy. For anybody that is wanting to get into a different season, whether that be marriage or whatever it is, surrendering is key. You can go from your single season to a married season just like that. Once you put that idol of marriage down, once you say, Lord, my body is yours, I present my body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to you, which is my reasonable service. Once your relationship with God truly becomes the head and everything else doesn't even matter anymore, you don't know if that season is a week, you don't know if that season a month. In my mind, I'm like, okay, this could be years. I was ready to submit to however long that season was, but because I was ready to submit, God honored my surrender. In the same year, here's my husband, and months later, we were married, and we have been married ever since. Surrender to your single season and watch God do beyond what you can even imagine. You've been waiting a long time. Don't get weary in well doing, because you shall reap if you faint not.